All right, good evening, everyone. Happy Friday. Been spending my day so far just been watching X Games. It started at 4 today. Uh, got back into skateboarding in the last few years and had a lot of fun watching the competition so far today. But now it's time for video games. Gonna finish Life is Strange Double Exposure tonight. Really excited to play this final chapter. So last week, what happened? Uh, Chapter 4 picked up with us. Max is sitting with Safi, brought her back to Max's house after the events of the end of Chapter 3, where they both kind of went back and forth asking each other questions about their powers and coming to an understanding that Safi misunderstood what Max was doing and wasn't sure if she was in cahoots with Lucas or Gwen or somebody, which is what led to her doing what she did. So they get back on the same page. They go to the Krampus party and decide to expose Lucas for what he did, plagiarizing Maya's work and ultimately leading to her death. We conspired with Gwen because we fortunately gave her that olive branch by giving her back the flash drive. So she offered to help us. We had Moses help us, Vin, and we exposed Lucas. However, he afterwards had a private conversation with Safi where he revealed that Yasmin was actually pulling the strings with kind of sabotaging Safi. And this has been a recurring thing through Safi's life, and now her powers are going out of control. And her and Max, something occurred at the end of the chapter. That's what we'll find out today. Two other notable things from that chapter were we prevented Safi from killing Yasmin, but she did shoot her in the shoulder, so not great. And we got to give Moses a little bit of I guess closure or some help coping with his grief. The Dead World Moses, where he still chose to build a gingerbread house because that was something he and Safi did every year. But he broke his chimney, but Max, being able to bring things between the two worlds, was able to get the chimney that the living world Safi had built, and she put a little message on it. So that was brought back to the Dead World Moses. That was a nice little thing for him. So yeah, so we will jump into things. We'll see what happens. Obviously, like I've done the last several weeks, we'll go into the void, and I will be turning off my camera because it's too much for my computer to do a camera and play this game. So we'll jump in. We didn't have a crash last week, which was great, but that's probably because we didn't go into the liberal arts building. I don't know if we're going to go in it this week or not. I don't know what's going to happen in this chapter, so hopefully we don't end up there so we don't have a crash. But we'll see what happens. Just wait on the capture to pick the game up.
I said for so long that I built a home. They tap at the windows and think they were bones. Lay hands on the bricks and I'd swear from inside I could feel it. Now here you are with your mallet and light. Out
Soon as we pick it up, we will jump into things. There we go.
Don't touch my window.
Okay.
My bricks or my rules, I won't hear it.
Alright, chapter 5. Here we go. Yeah. I think we will continue to roll with the same outfit. Okay, yeah, we are in the storm.
It worked.
Are we back on the night she got
I
shot?
made it back to the night of.
Yep.
But before, the
Okay.
storm's here too now. Maybe it's everywhere. And if I'm here, then Safi, the Overlook. Which Safi will be there?
This is interesting. Unclear which
The one
time
that
frame
drank
we're even
champagne
in.
with me out of a crappy mug? The weird doorway is gone? Or the one who hurt so many people?
That's interesting. I
Even
don't
herself.
have
If
either
this
of my
is
powers
before Safi,
available.
I didn't want any of this. I tried so hard to save her.
Fancy seeing you here.
Okay, let's ask which Safi are you?
Which Safi are you? Am I even Safi? After all that? Holy shit! You really did it! Weather's worse than I remember it.
Storm followed me.
So did I, apparently.
I've never done that before.
Oh, and that's how we
guess
ended up
it's
with the
time.
gun. Do you really want this?
Do you understand what you're asking me to do?
You've already done it, right? At this point, it's just recitation.
Sophia, I'm serious. This is too much.
Stop stalling, Max. You saw what happened.
Oh, jeez.
There wasn't any of me left. It was all Moses and Ben and Lucas and Gwen. It hurt so much. I hurt so many people. Help me fix it. Please.
There's no way it's making me make this choice right now.
So that's what it feels like to capture the perfect photo. It feels good. Final.
There's that conversation.
Maybe we are cursed. You, me, and Maya. Or maybe the world is cursed. We just live in it.
Sophie, that's...
Poetry and bullshit? Yeah. I know.
You're so important to me, Safi.
God, you're such a cornball. Pull the trigger. Okay.
It is not making me make this decision. I swear to God, it is way too early in the chapter to have to make this decision.
No. No. Fuck this.
Good. Is she gonna shoot the storm? I think it would have been funnier if she shot at the tornado.
What are you doing?
I have no idea. Kinda making this up as I go. But I'm not gonna make another impossible choice between two shitty futures. Come on.
Solara 1509 just subscribed for 3 months.
Hey, thank you for the 3-month streak. I appreciate it. Okay, 2 moons. I don't think we've been at this spot. Or wait, this is the bench she likes to go to. That's just it was just a weird angle of how the camera came in.
Okay, so looks like I'm not dead. And I'm in the North Quad. Small victories, Max. It's so quiet for a storm. Like, oppressively quiet. Safi? Safi!
Okay. Oh, not playing yet. It's not. Now we are.
I'm not in the past anymore. Safi could be back to the way she...
Alright, we've got messages and journal updates. Let's look at these. Okay, yeah, we saw that, saw that. So yeah, we saw that because Santa and Krampu's kissing was kind of insane. Whoa. Safi, where are you? Please be okay. It's a long way down, isn't it? You make not personal bullshit. You silence me. Girl flings herself from Overlook. Pull the trigger. Okay, so now we're getting into kind of that nightmare sequence like we had in the previous game. Let's see,
Mom
messages.
And Dad, Blackwell Academy?
Can't wait for you to come home this summer. We're sure Blackwell Academy is great.
Ago. And what's wrong with my phone?
Yep.
Why can't I respond? She was. I have to
We
find her.
can apparently switch between the two, it looks like.
Where are you going?
I know she's close. I just have to find her.
What?
Run back around the other side
Who knows what'll happen if I don't find Safi soon?
to check over here in case there's a Polaroid, because I feel like we're gonna meet Safi where we met her previously, but okay, it's just
Seems like 1,000 years ago.
wasn't sure if I could sit on the bench, because now's a good time to be able to just kind of contemplate.
Max!
I can hear you. But where?
Okay, so there, yeah, I can use that ability now, but I can't jump between timelines, so we're still in a like weird, everything is jumbled together.
What's going on?
There she is.
Help me!
Oh no, it's not her, it's Diamond.
Max, thank God. I walked out of the snapping turtle, and then somehow I was here.
Do you know where we are?
You know where we are, right? We're in the North Quad. Why are we the only ones here?
I don't know. But if things are weird now, they're only going to get weirder.
That's not comforting. I wish Moses was here. I hope he's okay.
Come on, let's get inside.
Oh no, that means we're gonna get a crash.
The storm is as bad as it looks. Maybe Safi and Moses found shelter.
Max,
I'm right behind you.
Two moons are... I feel like this is gonna be these two timelines coming together somehow. What that looks like, no clue,
I
but...
should go after Diamond. The fab will be safer than the snapping turtle.
Alright, yeah, the fine arts building. It's gonna crash.
Let me have one win, please. Let Safi be in here.
Oh. Because we're not in the building. Got it.
This definitely isn't the fab. And
But Moses
Diamond
is here.
definitely not here.
He's smoking? Did Moses smoke previously?
But Moses is?
Oh, message from Warren.
Past the living in a dorm
Hey,
age.
Mad Max, where are you hiding? I tried to drop off
Past
those
responding
rad
to
Red
Warren's
Cat for Days
texts.
DVDs you let me borrow, but you weren't in your room. They were super cool, what you said. The way that one guy slashed through 5 heads at one time, yo. Text me back, Max, don't ignore me. Whatever, I'll stop by your dorm whenever you're around. See you, pup. That's weird. It's a weird thing to say. Safi's bag.
Safi's bag? Up here without Safi?
Lantern.
Strange.
Exploring all these areas before I do. Oh, Polaroid.
Don't mind me, Mr. Owl. Just gonna grab a quick photo and then scoot on by.
I said, who?
Who?
What?
Who? As in, who do you think killed her?
Okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Safi's favorite candy. Did she come through here somehow?
That's a lot of telescopes.
That is a disquieting number of telescopes.
I mean, I know we had an issue with a bunch of doors spawning, but at least this one was intentional.
95% sure that's Safi's brand. Why
Oh,
is
the bear
Moses?
mug.
I thought Moses had the world's horniest grandma mug that night.
What's he gonna say? don't recall him smoking ever.
Hey, Moses?
Give me the Cliff Notes version of what we're actually here to see.
Let's ask about the smoking first.
Since when do you smoke?
Doing normal people shit like some kind of healthy, productive member of society.
Doors don't seem super reliable right now, so I guess it's good you're outside for now.
So, should we be worried about this crazy asteroid hitting Earth?
What asteroid?
You're not making any sense. Are you trying to tell me something?
What's he know?
Just trying to capture the perfect photo. The perfect photo. The perfect photo.
What? What?
Hang on. Safi?
Oh.
Max, you have 24 hours before the world ends. What would you do?
Safi, are you in there?
Max, it's me, Moses.
Moses!
All right,
Oh.
Max, you have 24 hours before the world ends. What would you do?
What?
I don't know. I guess I'd...
We had this conversation with her before. Take a picture.
Strange. This feels right.
Let's get all of these telescopes in there.
But
Oh.
that's just Safi. I haven't double exposed a photo in a while, but if I superimposed two images of Moses on top of each other, maybe I could separate the Safi parts out of Moses.
So now we know what. I wonder.
Thank you.
What happened?
I don't know.
Well, I
It
didn't.
was like Safi had...
This wasn't like a mechanic to do that
I don't know,
earlier, but I want to know if that double exposure could have done things at other
was
points in the
trapped.
game.
but still protected somehow. And I could hear Safi. I could hear you.
But they might have just introduced it
outside
as
of
a
it,
thing to hint towards it being something we do now.
What did she say?
But it's cool that the
Sorry,
double
Max.
exposure thing's actually a mechanic
That's
in
all
the
I can
game.
tell. Whatever you did, snapped me out of it. Or snapped her out of me?
Max? Max, where? I'm sorry,
Safi? Safi? Safi?
She in the camera.
You okay?
I think I know what I have to do.
Bet. I'm coming with you.
No, stay here. The storm. I've been through something like it before. Reality gets unreliable. Better if you sit tight.
Machine, Angel, Psychic, Storm. Take care, Max.
See you on the flip side.
Moses is awesome. Okay. Where are we going to end up going? Oh. What?
When a door closes, a window opens.
Really? The butterfly had to show up.
What? What?
Where?
Blackwell Academy. Right, back in the bath. Or no, this is...
Isn't
Yeah, this is...
Caledon.
That makes
This
sense
is
for the
Blackwell
butterfly.
Academy.
Chloe was shot
It's
here.
the whole.
I listened to it happen.
Oh, jeez.
know who the fuck I am or who you're messing around with.
Where'd you get that? What are you doing?
Chloe!
Come on, put that thing down!
Don't ever tell
It's
me what to do. I am so sick of people trying to control me.
What?
You are going to get in hella more trouble for this than drugs.
Nobody would ever
What?
even miss your punk ass, would they?
Get that gun away from me, psycho!
No!
Wow. Oh man, are they gonna
Maybe
recreate
Sophie's
a
right.
bunch of moments?
Maybe we are cursed.
Oh, I hope they don't do like a Mark
Cursed to
Jefferson
relive our worst
exchange with
moments
them.
over and over again. I had a chance to save Chloe from this bathroom, from Nathan's gun. But to do that, I had to let Arcadia Bay get destroyed in a storm. I couldn't do that. I rewound time.
So does this whole exchange, does this whole sequence change if I
Well,
pick the
joke's
other
on
bay
you,
at the start of the
Storm.
game?
If you don't think I play out this moment in my head every
That's
day,
really cool if this whole
don't
sequence is different.
where is that coming from?
Text. Hey Max, I know you're a jealous bitch with no artistic vision or taste, but that doesn't mean it's okay to take my camera. You got 24 hours to give it back or I press charges and Daddy will take anything. Or take everything. Okay.
Oh, Kate.
Max, I
deserve
appreciate you
better
looking out for me.
friends
It's nice to
than
know
the
at least
ones you
one
were
kid
stuck
here.
with.
Blackwell isn't a
Better
jerk.
than me.
Prayed every night before I came here someone would have my feelings in mind. You were that person. Thank God for you. Kate's great.
I used to look at this every day.
Oh, another Polaroid. End of the
Max
world.
and Sophie? Not Max and Chloe.
Oh, wow.
So, that's it then? We're done?
Sophie's cooler than you ever were.
Cause she drives a Porsche?
Cause she has
What?
powers.
Oh,
This is so fucked up. I would never.
oh man. Vortex Club.
Praxis. The Vortex Club. Always someone. It's in one of these stalls.
Okay, so let's check everything. Oh, yeah, that's from.
This still isn't as funny as the artist thought it was.
Stall. So we get to kick the next. We're just gonna kick them open one by one. Okay, where do we end up now?
Okay.
Oh, okay, from the beginning of the game. The bowling alley. I don't remember there being all of those mascots everywhere, though. That's new. And the tree is new.
Well, that's new.
Ooh, Lucas.
Lucas, I have to get down there.
Ooh, more messages, Joyce. Max, honey, you have to come back down to the diner for some pancakes. I got a new special with extra bacon on the house. Promise it'll be better than anything you could scrounge up in Blackwell's cafeteria. Joyce.
I have to get down there to Lucas.
Okay. I can switch here.
What are you looking for?
Ooh.
Pretty deep birthday banner.
That is interesting.
I swear, any other day, a tree blossoming in a bowling alley would be the weirdest shit I'd seen that day.
No way that I could jump here.
Jefferson's sick photos. Reminder
Oh,
for each girl. Fuck
why?
your selfie. Never thought I'd hear that
Go
again.
fuck your selfie. That Victoria line. Oh, man. Now I wish I didn't jump over here.
I don't want to look at this.
Oh,
I don't. I don't.
dark. Before we do that, if we're gonna have to do that,
Okay, one neb is cute. Kinda. One. Kinda. Still busted.
okay.
I'm not getting down this way.
So it is gonna force me to, which if it's gonna force me to, that's fine, but
Oh
I'm
boy.
looking
I
at all
really
of this
want
stuff
to.
first.
I told you this place was the portal to hell. Behold, a devil.
Jesus. Possessed dolls much?
What's all this say? He is selling you for parts. Alright. What are you looking for? Alright. Into the dark room. I don't love that. Oh, something's gonna be behind. No?
The door of Jefferson's bunker. I could never forget it. I'll have to get out another way.
Okay.
Never believe people who try to justify torturing.
Okay.
It can't be.
No.
Anything but that. I can't. I was 18 when Jefferson trapped me in that chair. I'm not 18 anymore. So this is what it's gonna take.
Or Jefferson again. Really?
Oh God, I can't move.
No. Alright.
But I love the
Holy shit. Didn't Jefferson say that to me? I had so many dreams about this thing. Oh, I can feel him looking at me through that.
Didn't look at the monster yet. Okay. Yeah, the less time in the dark room, the better.
Never again!
Yeah. One game of that was more than enough. Really, it was like one chapter, and that was already a lot.
Once is all you get.
Up the ladder.
Time to get the hell out of here.
Okay. Let's examine it
Still here.
first.
Thank God.
Okay.
Still need to get to Lucas.
Let's see
If
the
not
mobile.
for Sophie that day,
Oh yeah, it
that
collapsed.
would be my headstone. And now
Okay.
I have to return the favor.
Alright, is there another Polaroid here or anything? Inspect everything before I switch timelines again. Oh yeah. There's the sign from before. Okay, doesn't look like there's any.
Lucas might be a danger to himself and others. Even more so than usual.
Alright. Well, let's jump over. Here. What the? Oh, this Kaladin statue's head split open.
Yikes. What happened to you, Thomas?
Let's check all of this before we approach Lucas.
I feel.
We get to sit on a bench again.
Sit for a second. Clear my head.
Baby pig racing sounds much more relaxing.
I have to keep telling myself this isn't a dream. It's real. And I'm the only one who can make it stop.
Follow me in
Safi?
We'll just, while you're going through a nightmare, just find a bench, just sit for a few.
Where are you?
seven seas, deepest hollow.
Alright.
Could not hold you.
Cleared her head a little bit.
There's no time to wait.
Is that Reggie over there? No, that's Loretta. Alright, Lucas.
I wake,
You know what?
sweating
We're gonna go see Loretta first.
from dreams.
Loretta, you okay?
I was following Professor Colmenero. I thought there was a story, but I'm so stupid.
Hey, it's gonna be alright. Just stay here, okay?
I mean, you've
Wait,
got...
Miss Caulfield,
There's definitely a story here.
please don't go.
I mean, you got this tree,
I don't know what's happening.
all this stuff, yeah. I can explain later.
Don't worry. I can explain everything to you when this is over.
You're great for your podcast.
You promise?
Yeah.
I promise.
She's gonna get so many views on her podcast for this.
It has my voice.
Alright, Lucas.
I.
Wait, we can read a plaque.
Yes, sir.
Also something more important than you.
Maya's memorial tree. What the hell is it doing here?
Yeah, that makes sense. When I thought it was a cherry blossom, it's like, is that for Maya? Yep, okay.
I like this quieter Lucas. I almost don't want to fix him.
We gaze at each other in the windowless box. It is flight or fight. Never forgive.
Lucas, it's me. It's Max.
But there are no bells, doors, or windows. Only his face. A mirror.
No clue what he's talking about.
And I feel
Oh.
of
Safi's
light across my heart.
current. Got it. Time to double exposure him.
Smile, Lucas.
Let's get Loretta in the shot.
Maybe double exposing the photo again? It worked with Moses.
It's really you.
In the flesh.
I thought I was dreaming. Sophie was there. What the shit is this place?
Stay put, okay? It's dangerous out there.
Oh, Reggie! Have you been there the whole
I
time?
think that's all I can do for Lucas.
I don't remember. Did I, like, just straight up walk past Red? Oh, there's a bunch of people here now. Okay.
Reggie, I'm so glad you're okay.
Max, what the hell is happening?
I'm not sure. It has to do with time? A time vortex that manifests in a storm. Ugh.
Time vortex. Fuck, you're right. I remember Sophie being shot, and I remember seeing her around campus.
So everyone is merging together both of their memories
Just
right
stay
now.
here, okay? I'm going to fix this.
That is interesting. So both timelines are converging here, and they both remember both
Sophie.
experiences.
Isn't it? This is her pain. What we did to her.
Vin,
Finn understands,
I
though.
don't think Sophie blames you for...
Which...
No. You're right. She doesn't. She was in my head back there, and she doesn't think about me at all. Two Sophies in two universes, and neither of them cared if I live or die.
Oof.
You know, I was in love with her. Or I thought I was.
Maybe you should focus on what's in front of you.
But not Max specifically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were hinting at
I should go make sure Reggie's
them
okay.
having a romance.
He looks like he could use a hug.
Or something.
I'm going to fix this. Trust me.
I do. I do trust you. Be careful, Max.
I really like this idea that, like, everyone's coming together, like, remembering everything that's occurred to this point. That's such an interesting twist. Is there a snapshot or anything? Nope, okay. Alright.
I have to leave.
Where will we end up next?
Okay. Out of the frying
Okay.
pan and into the turtle, I guess.
Oh, there's Amanda.
Amanda, thank God. Are you okay?
I don't know. Weird shit at the turtle is someone flipping the painting to the bathroom key going missing, not this.
Fair. Gwen. That's...
Max, what is this storm? Why is Gwen out there? And why are you not also freaking out?
Look. Go get yourself some water or a beer. And I promise I'll explain soon. Or try to. I don't think Gwen entirely knows she's outside.
Yeah, that's probably a Sophie as well.
Gotta find a way to get close enough to take Gwen's photo.
Can I talk to her right now? Nope.
Add good under pressure to the list of Amanda's talents.
Yeah, she's pretty chill under these circumstances.
I need to help Gwen on the patio before I can leave.
I want to know if there's a Polaroid anywhere. I feel like Gwen is going to be the last one, and then it should be, I'm assuming it's going to be Yasmin next.
Alright. This door seems to be blocked too.
Okay. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, we can go through there, but we're not going to yet. I want to inspect everything in here. Though I do... Okay, there we go. There's a Polaroid. I like that it's like not a million different things you can look at in here.
Really, Max? A photo now? Why are you always in everybody's business? We were having a moment.
Like they're definitely getting across, like you're still able to jump between two worlds, but it's minimal difference between the two, and everyone seems to be in one, so it feels like the one world is kind of crashing into this one.
Nah, I can't do it. A little privacy, please. I have to tell Vin about my telescope.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, anything else?
I can't leave yet.
Okay, yeah, same
Gwen
message.
needs my help in the other world.
Just taking the lap for the sake of doing it.
Not sure why this door won't open, but
Yep.
maybe I can try the patio doors. Amanda usually keeps those unlocked.
Alright, yeah, there should be a switch.
There's so much snow, but at least I can get out.
Okay, not a switch.
Thought I'd be used to this.
What place is this? This Chloe's bedroom? No. Motel. Okay.
At least the motel is new. Even if I were hungry, I'd rather just wait till I'm back in the snapping turtle to eat. Chloe's lockpicking set.
Oh, yep.
Feels like her way of looking out for me. Wild that my baggage is such an on-the-nose metaphor. That's why Safi is the poet, not me.
It looks like her.
On tonight's motel mishaps, Max tries to make a grilled cheese. Accidentally commits arson. Gut shot? Just, like... Who put this here?
Everything is like so blatantly on the nose here.
That can't be the right time.
XGF is the time.
Tall, shady.
It is XGF o'clock. Yeah, so blatantly on the nose.
The famous mountains of Topeka, Kansas. It's past time for me to get a new one, but we've been through so much together.
Escape plan side.
No escape, huh? Buddy, that's the story of my life. Maybe
Wow.
this will take me to Safi.
Alright, where's this one gonna go?
Don't
Yawn.
worry, Safi. I'm coming.
Yawning. Why?
Is this the same room?
Okay. So this is like in the
This
dormitories
is where I stayed in Santa Fe.
where it kept looping through.
Much as I could use a hot meal, I think I'll stick with cold cuts.
What's this book now?
Blameless. God, I wish that were me.
Alright, the lockpick set.
Chloe could see me now, breaking into bowling alleys and whatnot.
Grief is a bit like the tide. It comes in waves from the advice show.
The convenience and sadness of my profession, of my
Alright,
entire
still
life.
XGF o'clock.
You didn't have to put on your red dress for me.
Painting changed.
The artist really captured this sleepy seaside vibe here. as far from Santa Fe as it gets. If you told me in high school the one constant in my life would be this tripod, I'd have guffawed.
Alright, still
Just
no
so
escape.
you know, the more you say no escape, the more I'm going to try. Think things are getting unhinged in here.
Alright. Emergency broadcast. Oh, are we gonna end up in Arcadia Bay? Why is... I don't get the yawning each time. Okay, we're back in here.
Hang on. Okay, wait.
Stuff is a
This
little
is-
different.
Pretty sure this is that motel in Cleveland.
What is with... I don't remember that being so.
You'd be proud of me, Chloe. The things I've learned. I'm proud of me. Love having to only grab one thing if I'm leaving in a hurry,
Okay,
but
what's the name of the book?
what if
Yep.
I want to stay a while?
Okay, yeah, it is just a card. All of these things are just cardboard cutout versions of some of it now.
But what if I like the way my
The
scars
wounds time
define
can't
me?
heal.
Huh, Doc? What if they give me character?
The alarm clock, lamp, those are now all... Okay, what? Another
Damn.
painting.
This painting actually feels like dreamland. I know how this is gonna sound, but that tripod taught me how to stand on my own 2 feet. Oh,
Alright.
damn. I'm gonna be late to my shoot.
Okay.
Alright, Cleveland. After this shoot, I'm gonna nap till June. Maybe September.
Alright. Now it, even more of it is cardboard.
I'm so tired.
Oh yeah, I can't go back anymore. Yeah, all of it is just... Thing I could do is lay
I
down.
didn't realize how tired I am until just now. Maybe if I lie down for a few minutes, all of these rooms will stop spinning. Feels so nice to rest. I wish I didn't have to get up for that shoot. Who was the client again? Or the location? That's the problem with moving around so much.
Okay, so she's clearly coming to terms with the fact she's been like running from all these things.
Together after a while.
Not willing to stay in one place.
Amorphous blob of motels. Like some kind
But
of
I'm still not like super clear on where this is heading to and how it's going to converge. Alright. Had a quick power nap, so let's get back to it.
nebula. Nebula, nebula, nebula. I was just there. There was Safi.
Oh,
This isn't right.
starting to realize. Alright, we're gonna go to the door now.
Fuck.
How do I get out of here if I can't even open... How do I get out of here if I can't even open this door?
Let's push it.
Let me out!
Whoa. Okay.
Now that I've traveled to Purgatory and back, I
Ooh,
can finally
that's
see what's going on with Gwen.
okay. Stuff was still loading in.
I'm back. Jesus, Max. Warn a girl first.
Sorry.
You disappeared and I don't know where you went.
I'm okay. And I promise I'll explain everything. Later.
Open the doors. Alright, so there's Gwen. Is there anything else? Oh, alright. So we're gonna need to photograph her, I guess.
She looks so content. I wish it were real.
You know she was flirting with you, right?
So it's that conversation.
I'm here to help you.
I adore you, but read the room, bud.
That's Sophie, all right.
Alright.
Hang on, Gwen. It's almost over.
Double exposure that. Alright.
Max! Oh! Thank you! The 10 year review board. They were all Sophie. They called me a fraud. A coward.
It's okay. I got you.
Amanda, you and Gwen stay here and take shelter.
Wait, what are you gonna do?
Sophie's out there, somewhere close. I can feel her. And she needs me. I need her.
Be safe, yeah?
When am I not?
Why do I always gotta fall for the weird ones?
Alright. Where to now? Alright. The constant changing places definitely is impacting it, lagging a bit. Constantly reloading like so many textures. Already does not run great for me. Are you yourself?
Did I do it? Are you you again?
As much as I ever was.
Thank you, Max.
Don't thank me yet. We still have to find a way out of this place. Or this time.
Hey, I'm taking a minute.
All of that was pretty fucked up. Yeah.
Who needs all the king's horses and all the king's men? I've got you to put me back together again.
I was pretty cool.
You know, I was pretty cool.
Max, take
I accept phoning gratitude.
the compliment.
Consider yourself fond. Oof. So, any chance of everybody just forgetting I tried to rip out their soul?
Everyone's been lucid.
I don't think so. Everyone I've encountered seems lucid. And the timelines seem to be combining.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Fantastic.
We'll deal with it.
Time travel, alternate universes, scraping together the broken pieces of your unstable friends. What else can you do?
Nosebleeds and migraines.
I don't know. Get a lot of nosebleeds? Migraines, too. This power involves a lot of ibuprofen.
What?
You just seem
Calm.
extremely chill, considering we're still stuck in a supernatural time storm.
It's the little things in life. Frappuccinos, movie marathons, chilling with your bestie in the void.
I like how this is like just kind of transitioning like this.
I'm glad you were here too. You know. But I just tore everybody apart into tiny little pieces.
You didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to.
Are you sure? I didn't not mean to.
Fair.
Maya isn't any less dead. Everybody I cared about still betrayed me. My mom will never be different. I think the best thing would be a clean break.
Nope.
I don't belong here.
Don't say that. Of course you do.
After the wallet girl died, what did you do?
Oh yeah, she still doesn't know, like, Chloe. Oh,
I ran away.
she realized that wasn't. I shouldn't have.
But I shouldn't have. It was cowardly. I've wasted years of my life hating myself, knowing that if I'd only made better choices, I might have saved everybody.
Don't say that about yourself. You have it wrong. People like you and me, we don't belong at some B-tier liberal arts university with a bunch of washed-up bloggers ready to knife each other for tenure. We're fucking divine.
Come on.
I'm serious. The shit that we can do, gods can do that stuff.
Uh-oh.
Or monsters.
You're not a monster.
You can say whatever you want about the choices you made, but you aren't a monster. You're my friend.
I hurt people.
And I fixed it. We can fix it. Together.
Okay, where are we now? Okay, back here.
Of course. Duh. That's why you're so confident. It figures the only person I can rely on is me.
Safi, I don't...
Last piece of me, Max. It's in you.
Why isn't it hurting me like it hurt everyone else?
Maybe I trust you. Maybe it's more of your Magic Max bullshit.
So Max has to double exposure a selfie of herself.
I wish I didn't have to take it out. Hmm.
Yeah, a little.
It's a little weird. But what's some weirdness between friends?
We should though, right? That's how we get out of here?
If I had to put money on it, yeah.
It's probably for the best. We don't want you to get an infection or anything.
This is gonna be an interesting one.
See you on the other side.
Oh, it doesn't let me do it. She just does it. Okay.
Sophia. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yasmin.
We're back at this moment. Holy crap.
Everything is gonna be okay. Don't
I
worry.
forgot that this was
Think you can get up?
when
Can
we
you-
did this jump.
Sophie, help me!
Oh no. What's she?
Clean break. Remember?
Maxine, don't let her go.
It's okay. Sophie.
You belong here.
You do have a place here. People need
I'm
you.
not gonna do the She's Your Mother because
I need you.
yeah,
Sophie.
she was not great.
Sophie?
I don't know her. I can be anyone, Max. I can be a cute girl at the bar. I can even be...
She turns. Okay.
Sophie, stop it.
It's real? I wasn't hallucinating? What are you? And what did you do with my daughter?
You can make her forget she saw that, right? Better yet, you could make me unshoot her. You have an instant undo button on life, Max.
Can't
Why
do
not
that
use it?
power. It's not how it works.
If you think that's how it works, you don't know anything. There's always a price, Sophie. Always.
You're right. Got a lot to learn.
Oh.
So teach me, Miss Caulfield.
What's gonna happen here?
You said we could fix everything. Together.
Sophie. I can't. I have my life. Everybody.
I'm going to find other people like us. People with powers. I spent my whole life thinking I was the only one. Knowing I could never tell anyone because they would look at me like that. But now there's you. You and me. Time traveler and a shapeshifter. Imagine what we could do. Who cares if I'm a silly little girl whose mom needs to show her how the world works? Because now, it works.
Nope.
However I
Not on
want.
board with that.
Stay here. Keep your job, your life, whatever irresistible glory Caledon can offer you. But I have to know. When I come back, are you going to stay with me, Max?
Okay,
Are
so
we in this together?
Is this the choice?
Or was everything you said in the storm just words?
Is this the final choice? Okay. So I think based on what she said at the end there, she's going to leave to go find those other people, but Max is going to stay here. And then she'll eventually come back, which that I'm fine with. I guess I don't love it, but at least I know she's going to come back, and she knows she could trust me because Max is trying to help her. But I don't think she's willing to cut ties with her over this, depending on the goal. I'm gonna agree. But if this is the final decision, I'll want to see what, like, the other option would be.
To leave. There's nothing for me here. I mean, besides you. But you'll wait, right?
Be safe, Safi.
Okay. So is this the end then? Also, like, Yasmin's still there. She got shot. She still needs medical attention. You're actually like, oh yeah, you got shot. It's like, is that it? It feels like that's the end there. Okay, so the storm came through. So the storm actually occurred. And everyone knows what happened, basically. Lucas. You owe Loretta an explanation. By the way, everyone here at Turtle Now, you sure you want to do this? Yeah. I think I'd really take all the time you need. Okay. Back. What's in the crosstalk? Many of you know Lakeport was hit by a brutal storm last week. I'm physically okay, but may take me a while to put out a new episode. I'm sorry. Braxton, many of you are aware because many of you submitted them. We've been inundated with questions about Abraxas and the storm. Okay. Gwen, I'm not an official voice accountant anymore, but please take care of each other. The storm last week was traumatic for everyone. I like how they're all dancing around. Shit's fucked, but life is good. Okay, Reggie. My excellent medical team says I'm clear to start work again just in a week.
It close to the chest.
So not revealing what happened. Who else? Deja vu. Oh yeah, because they're all getting both memories now. Stop sending me storm articles. I want to talk about simple shit right now, like sandwiches. Alright, what's entry number 20? There's no other force in my world like Safi. I've already wandered the world alone. What if I had purpose this time? It was tempting, but I knew I couldn't go with her. After she left, everything blurred and nothing felt real. Time traveling is like that. It's real up until the point no one else but you can remember it. Then it's like a false memory or a lie. No one believes you and no one understands quite like you do. But I didn't rewind time. What happened was real. I want to run from it. I want to go back and make 1,000 less mistakes, but this is where I am. I can accept this. I think you'd be proud of me for that, wouldn't you?
No more lies. No more hiding. They're all waiting for me at the Snapping Turtle.
Oh wow, we're still playing. Okay.
You two make it look so easy.
More
Good to know
messages.
that the storm aftermath didn't
Looks,
undo the
look, I
effort
don't exactly
I
have a
put
record
into
of letting you into a backstory
godforsaken
who did, but it's been a
puzzle
very, very
box.
long week for everyone, and we're glad you're here. Snake Lakes.
I bet you never had to explain your bizarro superpowers to someone you made out with.
Alright, who all can we talk to?
There's always time to sit.
Alright, yeah, let's do one last bench sit. What else is going to occur in the game now?
Both realities somehow got smushed together in the storm. Now everything's the same, but not. How crazy is it that my brain can wrap around that so easily? Years ago, I would have been freaking out. But I'm okay. I'm not that same kid anymore. That storm haunted me for years. I can't let this one haunt me too.
Okay. So we're gonna get to talk. I'm assuming we're gonna get to talk to everyone that we see.
Hey, Alice.
Because I want to see what they all have to say.
Loretta looks like she's running on empty. I guess we all are.
Hey there.
It's everyone's.
Caulfield.
Yeah, makes sense that
Sorry.
everyone would be.
I'm still kind of on edge. Thanks, by the way, for what you did at the Nebula. I froze up.
Hey, you were overwhelmed. Most people aren't prepared for reality to...
Yeah, the average person doesn't expect reality to break at a given notice, so would make
So-
sense.
Do you also remember that there were like 2 of you? And now they're fighting for space in your head?
Well, it didn't work the same way for me. But that's because... Wait, are you asking on the record?
This isn't for my podcast, I swear. I'm putting that on pause for now.
Good for you.
I'm glad. There's always time for clout chasing next semester.
Damn, Miss Caulfield. Harsh. But fair.
Take care of yourself, okay? We've all had it rough.
Right back at you.
Didn't expect that line to be so harsh. Yeah, let's snapshot.
Loretta, can I grab a picture of you real quick?
To immortalize this calamity of a semester? Sure. Why not?
I'm like slightly paranoid. Alright, we'll retake it. Do just a normal photo. I'm like, she blinked. I want to see, like, if I'm able to take a photo of one of them and Safi is there, that's gonna throw me through a bit of a loop. But it will be a fun interaction if, like, you get to call her out.
This will help me get my bearings a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, is that?
So, you do remember?
Glad to see you survived the storm, friend.
Okay, so... Assuming there's going to be a lot of people to talk to.
No use going that way. I've got other places to be right now.
I want to push off
We've
talking
gotta
to
be silver linings
Lucas.
about this whole.
Huh. Guess the Safi Memorial is no longer here. Or maybe never. Now's not the time. Moses is waiting for me at the Turtle.
Which Moses, though?
That sucks.
Well, I guess it's
They probably took
both
forever to put
merged
up.
together, which will be interesting to see how that conversation plays out.
Remember?
Anyone else over
How are you
here?
holding up, Alexa?
Cherry Blossom
Maya's
Tree's
tree,
back.
where it belongs.
I
feel
like I Okay. took
the world's most potent edible and
We'll talk to Lucas.
So what are you going to do now?
I wouldn't come back either if I was.
Let's snapshot the statue.
Not there yet. My position's off.
Where do I gotta stand for it? There. Okay.
I wonder how I'll feel about this photo in 10 years.
With Lucas just sitting there hunched over.
There's Lucas, awaiting his fate at Caledon.
Oh.
Dead man walking.
Guess he's getting fired.
Working on your new book?
Synapples just followed.
Hey,
Switch to
Synapples, thank you
science
for the
fiction.
follow.
Max. Are you gonna tell me what the hell I went through? Or do I have to spend the next decade in therapy?
He deserves the
I
therapy
don't
for what
really
he
know
did.
how to explain what happened. But you should think of it as a second chance.
Yeah.
One step ahead of you. I'm working on my apology as we speak. What do you say?
I
Give a guy
appreciate you
some
stopping
constructive
by.
Feedback?
Let me see.
Give
I
it to
want
me.
to say I'm sure it's bullshit.
It's a little rough, granted.
Yeah, like
I hope
he's
the gracious
really got-
hand of empathy backhands you into a ditch, Lucas.
Yeah, to my fans and other interested parties, by now I'm sure you've heard the rumors swirling about me, and I assume that social media being what it is, many of you have already drawn your conclusions and will not be swayed by any apology I make, no matter how grounded or sincere. To those who fall under that sad umbrella, I'm afraid this is where we part ways, but those of you willing to extend the gracious hand of empathy to the one who has erred, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Dude, you plagiarized someone and it made them commit suicide. You're awful. To start off, I want to apologize for any hurt this has caused my longtime fans and supporters and those who have held wilder beasts than these with so much affection in their hearts. I pray you will not let this affect those emotions. Emotions aren't good or bad, they just are. Secondly, I want to express my sincere regret under what circumstances the book came into the world. Going forward, a percentage of all royalties would donate to a national organization dedicated to preventing death by suicide. Good. Also, maybe some of the, or really all of the rest of those proceeds should go to her family. He should not make any money off of this book.
Do you actually mean any of this?
Does it matter?
Dude,
No one
oh,
can say I
you're
stole it.
awful.
Not that they won't try.
So, what's your next move?
I'm not sure. Focusing on Robbie. I'm hoping he'll give me a second chance.
This guy.
That's probably the smartest thing you've ever said.
It's not like I can stay at Caledon. This place has been poisoned against me.
Poison? No.
Who's the victim now?
Oh my god, you're just the...
Well, goodbye, Lucas.
He's the worst person in this game, by far.
Yeah. You too.
God. Just... no remorse for having done what he did.
Yasmin. I haven't heard from her since the day she came out of surgery.
Ooh.
Hello?
Hello, Maxine.
How's your shoulder?
How's your shoulder?
We'll hold off on the mental health question for
The
now.
bullet missed any major veins. But it will be months of physical therapy before I can use my arm.
Yasmin. What you saw during the storm...
I don't need an explanation. Not yet. If I try to understand, then there will be no room for my recovery.
So she wants to recover physically and then process that.
I have to find Safia.
Any news about your job? I heard the board,
Ooh.
I have been arguing with them. I made my mistakes, but these are offset by an excellent track record.
And did the board buy that?
They did not, no. I have been asked, forced to step down.
Kind of deserve to.
I love my daughter, Maxine, just like you. I am not a monster.
But you're not great.
I haven't heard from Safi, if that's what you're trying to ask.
Oh. I had hoped... One moment. Excuse me, I'm apparently well past the appointed time to take my painkillers.
Until next time.
She's not getting any useful information from you, so she doesn't want to talk to you now.
Jesus. Campus cleanup is gonna be a bitch.
Alright.
Here goes nothing.
So if that decision with Safi really was the last decision, it's going to be quite a bit to have to do to go back to see the other ending. I'll probably still do all of the conversations with the people just for the sake of doing them to see if there's any difference in the dialogue, but I'll obviously rush it a little bit. Assuming whatever's going to occur here leads to the end of the game, it doesn't feel like I need to be walking around anymore talking to people. It really feels like it's building to just the final cutscene and then credits. Unless it wants me to have a conversation with Amanda. Oh no, everyone's just kind of together. Everyone's kind of taking in what happened.
Well,
Not a peep.
guess I'm not surprised. Would you come looking for us if you were her?
Safi's unpredictable.
But it's not me. It's Safi. Does anyone ever know what she'll do next? Does she?
Maybe we should go easy on her. Wait for her to pick up the pieces.
Yeah. I think she needs her space. She needs to figure out what she wants to do. Max
In the meantime...
needs to talk to Amanda.
Take your time. I'll be here when you're done.
Okay, so am I actually going to get to talk to everyone here now? Or is it just going to go straight into a cutscene with her?
I want to check on how everyone's doing first.
Okay. There's a lot more to do than I expected now. If anyone has answers about the storm last week, please let your girl know, because that was wild. Mood right now. Schrodinger opening the box and finding his cat is miraculously alive. So that's the merging of both Moses' minds coming together from the two worlds. where in one world Safi's alive, the other she's dead, and they merge together, and it works out that Safi is alive. That's good. Weird question. Was anyone else still really fucked up from that storm? Because my brain is just not operating right, and I'm not sure what to tell someone I just became I'm not sure what to tell someone I just became really close to. That's gonna be an uncomfortable conversation. We'll do that after I look at.
Krampus feels like it was a million years ago.
Oh yeah, let's snapshot Moses.
What do you say to a picture? For old time's sake?
I guess it makes sense, this game doing this whole ending like this, since the events are not undone. Everything happened and everyone is aware of it, so having to talk to everybody and see how they're all coping and processing this is cool. It is nice to kind of like give you that closure for every single person in the game.
Max.
Okay.
Sorry. You're gonna explain what happened, right?
Hey.
Did not expect
Are
it
you
to go
okay?
right into the conversation.
What do you think it all means? Why you? Or Safi?
Still figuring it out.
I'm still trying to understand. I didn't know anyone else had powers until I met Safi.
That must have been a revelation.
You have no idea.
How are we supposed to walk around knowing something like that could happen?
Okay. I get that. I get what she's saying there. You survived once, I think
This
is what I'll
was
say here.
terrifying. But you survived. Now you know you can. You'll be okay.
I'm curious between her and Vin, who's actually in charge of Abraxas in this world now, because they both have the memories of Diamond taking over Abraxas and Diamond just trying to take over Abraxas. What does Lucas say? Much has been written about the proverbial calm before the storm, yet what of the calm that follows? Coming to terms with the enormity of existential dread. You survived and are left to pick up the pieces of your life, yet like Prospero, the Tempest sends me out into the unknown. The user has turned off comments on this post. He's still just really trying to cover himself.
What a nutty week. I can't believe I was able to crack the case.
Alright, let's talk to Gwen next.
I can't hear that humming sound anymore.
Okay, yeah.
There's only one world now.
Some weather we're having, am I right?
Hope that wasn't the grand explanation you promised us.
Hey, isn't eloquence your job? I just take the photos.
I felt how much she hated me, Max.
I mean, you did betray
It's
her.
terrifying. And disappointing.
Yeah.
Yasmin played everyone against each
We're
other.
gonna blame Yasmin here.
She used you.
I don't think I've ever felt like such a mark.
It's in the past now.
I hope so. Oh, one more thing. That video footage of me.
Now they're all connecting the dots.
That was Safi, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That girl never does anything halfway. Neither do you, now that I think about it. Anyway, I talked to the committee that fired me. There's enough weird shit that's happened. I think I can argue my way back in.
Good.
I failed Safi. But there's
They
other
can-
students here I can still support. I won't just let it go.
I'm glad to hear it.
Can I get a photo of Gwen? Yes, I like that you get a
Mind if I
photo
take
of
a
each
snapshot
person.
to remember you by?
Oh, whatever you want. This could be your last chance to take my photo. Make it count.
Yeah. I feel like at this point, they actually did a good job of having the mysteries be solved. Alright, new journal entry. Well, I survived. Not only me, but everyone. Not like before. Something has been restored, but I don't want to jinx it by naming it. I don't know what they'll remember or what scars, if any, they'll take from this. I've got more than enough myself. And Safi, who knows who she'll be when I see her again? Who knows who I'll be? But I do know I'll be looking forward to that day. So that means it's time for more Partridge Family. Alright, Reggie and Vin.
Hey, Max. Our Lady of the Storm.
Wow, let's not do that.
How are you guys holding up?
Oh, my whole world has been rocked. You rocked my world.
They're...
I remember a bunch of things happening that I plan to repress until I have a spectacular nervous breakdown at age 40.
Lean on each other.
At least
Let's
you're
encourage
in
this.
together.
Yeah. I don't know what I would have done if I was there by myself.
For now, I just want to get through this election.
Oh, right. The Abraxas election. So you're not stepping down?
I'd ask how you know that. But at this point, Caulfield, if you grew another head, I wouldn't even blink.
I'll get right on that.
New crosstalk from Safi? The water is rising. Vengeance is a live thing. It breathes and bleeds, starves and hungers. I wear a cloth of mourning, suffocating in its black. Silence is also a blunt weapon, also a poison, also a noose. And then she turned off comments. Alright, snapshot.
Do you guys mind if I take a picture?
Hell yes. Put us in the next Caulfield collection.
Alright, is there pose options for them?
They're kind of a cute couple, honestly.
Get closer. Alright. Okay, so they're chatting. Oh, we didn't get a snapshot of Diamond.
Hey, Diamond? I'd like to get a photo for the end of the year. Mind if I...
Alright, then
Okay.
Amanda's last. Best for
I was
last.
hoping she'd be a little more enthused,
Oh.
but
No pose for her, apparently. Okay.
Do you blame Safi for what happened?
Amanda,
I have to go see about a girl.
how is this conversation gonna go?
So you're Super Max. Guess your secret identity's gone, huh?
I wanted to tell you.
But you couldn't. Just like with the Maya thing. Any more secrets, or do I finally get to know you now?
There's more.
I don't know. This isn't my first time seeing a storm like this. It's not super easy to explain.
It is pretty insane. You know, I remember rejecting you. And then you just found a version of me that still wanted you. A pretty cool trick.
Oh.
But kind of fucked up.
Where does that leave us? I'd understand if this changes things.
I don't know if I can answer that right now.
That's fair.
All of this scares the shit out of me, honestly. If it weren't you, I don't know how down I would be to play Lois Lane. But it is you. And I like you.
On.
I think I need time to sort out my shit. Give me a little. And then who knows? Maybe you can win me back.
Challenge accepted.
Now I want to know if there was an option there where it could have gone better.
I think that's everyone. Okay, Moses. Let's give them the talk.
One more
Get a
photo for the
snapshot.
road?
Sure. You keep at this, I'm gonna have to start charging a modeling fee.
Ha ha.
Amanda always looks like she has it perfectly together. Even amidst all of this.
Alright, Moses. Is it time for a physics lesson with everyone?
Everyone's pretty shell-shocked.
Yep.
How about you? Still excited to have double memories?
I can't be the only one. Seriously? Come on, it's fascinating. What if Safi really does come back? She did some terrible things, Max. And you basically gave her your seal of approval.
People can change.
I'm not giving up on Safi. You shouldn't either.
Jeez, Max, nobody's writing her off. But I hate being scared of my best friend.
Fair.
Hey. We're a team, right? I'll handle it with you. No more hiding or running away.
Do you think you'll ever go back to Arcadia Bay?
Ooh. That So that's something I'm a little confused about here, but I do really like how it's no longer a situation like the first game where Max is the only one who went through all of this trauma and she's just on her own to deal with it all. This was an event where every single person experienced it, and none of them know how to process this, but Max is the one who's gone through this before. So she is prepared to be there for all of them and to help everyone get through it together. I think that's really cool, and it shows her growth from the first game of having dealt with this trauma and trying to change the events that occurred and failing, or ultimately realizing you couldn't fix it and having to accept what happened. But in this case, they tried to undo all the things to avoid this storm, but the storm happened no matter what. There was a lot to this one. It was really, really good though. I liked all the characters. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the characters in this felt more fleshed out to me. Like, in the first Life is Strange, I feel like there's like 4 or 5 that like are fleshed out pretty well, and then there's just everyone else around, and there's definitely more people you interact with in that one than in this one. So maybe that's part of it. You have less different people you can interact with in this one, but you interact with them all a bit more, so it feels a bit more involved. But like between all the different conversations you can have with them in 2 different realities, plus being able to see their social media posts and the texts and everything, it feels like you get a much better sense of each person, how they all relate to each other, stuff like that. It's really cool. I'm very surprised that Alderman is just straight up gone. Like, Alderman didn't even come back at any point. That kind of surprised me. I thought he would re-emerge at the end. Video creator and I'm assuming that's not the Lucy Hale from, like, the actress. I'm just gonna assume. I just saw the name scroll by. It caught me off guard for a second. Yeah, this was a really, really good game. I like... I mean, we'll see what the other ending looks like. Like, I was kind of mentally preparing myself for, like, a bummer ending or something. It definitely... This game, I really like. It ends much more on, like, a hopeful and optimistic vibe. And, like, messaging at the end, like, the sense of community, Max getting through her trauma. Everyone else is very hesitant about the future and, like, how do they move forward with what they've experienced and what they now know about the world with these people with powers that just exist. Like Diamond's questioning she had and stuff. But I do think it's really cool that there's like a sense of optimism at the end for them all to be able to move forward there. And this is a fantastic song also. This is one that I listened to a lot since I started listening to the soundtracks after playing the first game. We'll see how much of this ends up getting muted in the mod afterwards, but I'm gonna let it go, because I really hope there's an end credit scene. Just something else to, like, because I feel like you don't really have closure on Safi with this, and like the whole game is around her, and like I really hope there's just something at the end to give you some sort of breadcrumb of her or something, like, because if it just ends on this, I'll be a little disappointed about her Safi story itself. Just gonna speed through some of this a bit. It's pretty long credits. Yeah, it was the whole soundtrack. I'm feel like the one thing that I would have liked more for this final chapter, like assuming this is, I mean, the credits are rolling, so it's gotta be the end of it. Like, I don't know, it feels like that sequence with Max could have been slightly longer. Just as far as like her grappling with her past, all that stuff. Like, I don't know, it was not terribly long and it ended kind of abruptly. I get what it was doing though, was she couldn't get back to Safi till she got through kind of her own issues, which was what that was, but I feel like that could have been longer. Okay. We got a scene at the end. What?
Shit.
How does Diamond have a nosebleed?
Shit.
We're gonna have to get you a blood transfusion.
What the fuck are you doing here?
You remember me. That's flattering. I've seen nosebleeds like that before. So you can run, or you can follow me and get some answers. Your choice.
What? What? Alright, Marvel Cinematic Universe ass ending. So Diamond has powers too. Alright. Okay. So we agree. Safi still believes in me. Cool. So I do want to see if that changes anything if I refuse. Okay, found the Red Storm and helped her. Reflected there. Looked at all the books. Reminisced on all the lockpicks. Let's see. Reggie and Vin have reconciled. Vin plans to run again. Gwen will keep fighting the committee's decision. Board for she has been out of the presidency. Max reflected. Max told Moses she wasn't giving up on Safi. Okay. I want to go back and see if I refuse, if anything changes. I think when I load, does it let me...
I said for so long
I want to see where it... Okay, so chapter select, decoherence. Okay, she's got her mother's eyes. Restart your game from the selected scene. Alright, so let's go back and see what changes. Because the fact that it's just not, that it's not a full cut, just goes right into a cutscene and ends, there's a whole bunch of things you do. tells, like, I feel like something's got to be different.
Sophia. Oh my
Okay, yeah.
God.
Yasmin
Yasmin.
still shot.
Everything is going to be okay.
I'm assuming
don't
she gets
worry.
shot in the shoulder no matter what.
Can you get up? Can you... Sophie, help me!
Alright. Yeah, the more I'm thinking about it, I feel like Yasmin probably gets shot there no matter what.
Clean break. Remember?
Maxine.
Because I
Don't
can't...
let her go. It's
like,
okay.
This would have to be a very different scene otherwise, I feel like. I'm gonna keep the You Belong Here.
You do have a place here. People need you. I need you, Sophie.
Sophie?
I don't know her. I can be anyone, Max. I can be a cute girl at the bar. I can even be...
Sophie, stop it.
It's real? I wasn't hallucinating? What are you?
I feel like going through all this again right now, all I'm going to be thinking about in the back of my head is just that ending, because I really like that post-credit ending that they did. Like, it tells me there's going to be another Life is Strange with Max. That's not how it works. And I think that's going to be really, really cool to see.
You don't know anything.
But I'm worried it's going to build to something like... My hesitance is it's going to build to like Sophie is a villain going forward. Like,
got a lot to learn.
Because of how she's like
So
thinking
teach
about
me,
these powers and
Miss
what she wants to do.
You said we could fix
I don't know.
everything.
I don't know what
Together.
would occur, but I feel like it's going to kind of go off the rails a bit if you end up with like the next game's got like 5 or 6 people with different powers, and like how does a storm manifest from everyone using their powers? Like,
People with powers. I spent my whole life
feel like
thinking
it's
I was
gonna
the
get
only one.
overly
Knowing I could
complicated
never
at
tell
that
anyone
point.
because
Like
they
it's
would
almost
look at me
jumping
like
the shark, but who knows?
But now
They
there's
might
you.
stick the landing.
You and me. Time traveler and a shapeshifter. Imagine what we could do. And who cares if I'm a silly little girl whose mom needs to show her how the world works? Because now it works however I want
Yeah.
it to.
That's the whole part that makes me
here.
think she might be a villain.
Keep your job, your life, whatever irresistible glory Caledon can offer you. But I have to know. When I come back, are you going to stay with me, Max? Are we in this together?
Right. So
Or
we'll
is
do.
everything you said in the storm just words?
Alright. So refuse. What changes here?
So glad you're okay, Sophie. And I'm happy you don't feel alone anymore, but I know what happens when you just use your powers without thinking.
Okay.
I want to get out of jail free card.
Okay, Max Caulfield.
Be seeing you.
Yeah. The way she reacts to that one, me screams villain. the way she reacts to the first one screams thinking of being a villain, knowing there's gonna be another one. I feel like both of them are hinting at she's gonna be a villain, unfortunately, because I do really like her character, but now that's making me think back to all those interactions and think she's like trying to manipulate in some way. It was not actually being as genuine with Max as it felt like during the last chapter. She clearly, revenge is her priority. Okay. Oh man. So what will be different this time around? Or maybe that's the point. Nothing is different, it's just Safi that's different. Okay, yeah, that's all the same. That's the same. That's the same. Same. That's the same.
Classic Yasmin.
That's the same.
Close to the chest.
Yep, Kim, and then Connor. Okay. Now let's see how the journal entry changes. There's no other force in my world like Safi, but we're not gods. Didn't she see what happened, what our powers can do? She could have killed Yasmin. After everything happened, I felt so numb I couldn't tell if I was awake or dreaming. Time traveling is like that, but it's real up until the point no one else but you can remember it. I doubted my choices, I had regrets, I wasn't sure which words were mine or hers. It was like we were still in each other's head. You felt the same way once. I wanted to know you like I knew myself. I felt proud when I could say the words you were thinking out loud. I thought we were linked, but I couldn't predict what she'd do, and now Safi's gone. Who knows if she'll ever come back. Okay.
No more lies. No more hiding. They're all waiting for me at the Snapping Turtle.
Great. Another
To know that the
text.
storm after.
Yep, that's the same. Is there anything different about what she says when she's thinking here?
In whatever reality, all those moments between us were real.
Both realities somehow got smushed together in the storm. Now everything's the same, but not. How crazy is it that my brain can wrap around that so easily? Years ago, I would have been freaking out. But I'm okay. I'm not that same kid anymore.
I feel like
That storm haunted me.
a big part of like this sequence after the decision with Safi is really just to drive home her growth. And it is very satisfying. It is a very like I wish I was able to have the camera going, because like once all those scenes finished, like I just had a massive grin on my face, because it is a pretty happy ending, so to speak.
Hey there.
Okay.
Miss Caulfield.
So let's
Sorry.
go through all these again.
Still kind of on edge.
I'll pick a few different dialogue options just to see how things change.
Thanks, by the way, for what you did at the Nebula.
Or like to see the other
I
dialogue
froze up.
options.
Hey, you were overwhelmed. Most people aren't prepared for reality to break like that.
Okay.
So, do you also remember that there were like 2 of you? And now they're fighting for space in your head?
Well, it didn't work the same way for me. But that's because... Wait, are you asking on the record?
This isn't for my podcast, I swear. I'm putting that on pause for now.
So we won't do the clout chasing dunk. So get used to
What
uncertainty.
happened during the storm? Even I don't understand half of it.
Yeah, I figured. I just don't want everyone to suffer like that again.
Take care of yourself, okay? We've all had it rough.
Right back at you.
Okay. It's nothing else different, really, with the exchange other than not dunking on her there. So then Lucas. Just feeling. I think it's just Lucas here.
Not there yet. My position's off.
I'm gonna. Oh yeah. I grab all these snapshots.
I wonder how I'll feel about this photo in 10 years.
I'm gonna double exposure every single one of these because I am suspicious of Safi after that conversation.
Then I have another member.
I forgot to do Loretta's. Like I'm still gonna do all those things because I want to at least
Loretta,
just do that part.
can I grab a picture of you real quick?
To immortalize this calamity of a semester? Sure. Why not?
Exposure. Okay. Now for Lucas.
And asked if
I'm
I
not
could
gonna
work for them.
read the thing. I'm just gonna do the bullshit line with them.
Working on your new book? Maybe you should switch to science fiction.
Max. Are you gonna tell me what the hell I went through? Or do I have to spend the next decade in therapy?
You need the therapy
I don't
anyways.
really know how to explain what happened. But you should think of it as a second chance.
One step ahead of you. I'm working on my apology as we speak. What do you say? Give a guy some constructive feedback?
We're gonna do the I'm sure it's bullshit.
Bullshit. You're not sorry.
Yep.
You're just telling people what they want to hear.
Well, we can't all have the integrity of the great Max Caulfield, can we?
So, what's your next move?
I'm not sure. Focusing on Robbie. I'm hoping he'll give me a second chance.
I love how he
That's
was just
probably
willing
the
to
smartest thing you've
continue
ever
having the conversation after you
It's not like I can stay at Caledon.
dunk on him like that.
This place has been poisoned against me. Who's the victim now?
Well, goodbye, Lucas. Good luck.
Yeah.
Now for the
You
call
too.
with Yasmin. Nothing else there.
Yasmin. I haven't heard from her since the day she came out of surgery.
Hello?
Hello, Maxine.
Let's ask her how her mental health is this time.
How are you doing, mentally?
Not very well, to be frank. Half of me will never never forget what I saw. What Safia became. The other half of me had begun to accept her as
The diamond twist was so
Yasmin,
surprising.
what you saw during the storm.
Like as soon as they showed her with a nosebleed, it's like, oh, like they've very firmly established nosebleeds result from using these powers.
Any news about your job?
But the way
I heard the board,
the way they just kind of dropped it was cool at the very least. Like it's like, oh, that's unexpected and fun.
these are offset by an excellent track record.
And did the board buy that?
They did not, no. I have been asked, forced to step down.
Okay.
I love my daughter, Maxine, just like you. I am not a monster.
Okay, and there's
I haven't
nothing,
heard from Safi, if that's what you're trying to ask.
nothing different with her, which also surprises me, because like she saw the different exchange with Safi on there, but her line of questioning isn't any different. Okay. Let's get this last bit done.
Here goes nothing.
Alright, it's gonna... I'm saying last bit, it's still gonna be quite a bit of conversations to have with people, so... Some of them I'm probably gonna pick the same dialogue still. I'm assuming Moses' second one will be different, because I did not accept her at the end. Okay. Oh, and that Diamond's the only one that you don't have to initiate the conversation. She comes up to you.
Guess I'm not
I feel like it's
surprised.
because she
Come
has...
looking for us if you were her?
Like, we don't know what her power is, but she clearly knows.
But it's not
She knows what her power is. She didn't cross paths with us in a way to know about the powers, but now she also is having that realization other people have powers, but she's still on the outside. And
to pick up the pieces.
how does she approach them with it? But what, like, I want to know what her power is, because she was sitting there with a nosebleed. Something caused it, but...
In the meantime...
Take your time. I'll be here when you're done.
Alright. So let's go through all these again.
I want to check on how everyone...
Alright, anything different with these? Okay, nothing from her. Nothing different there. Okay. Nothing else there.
was doing first.
It's a diamond.
Max. Sorry, You're gonna explain what happened, right?
Hey. We okay?
What do you think it all means? Why you? Or Safi?
Say I don't know this
I
time.
used to ask myself stuff like that all the time.
Come up with any answers?
No. But I did fuck up a lot of my relationships in the process. Wouldn't recommend it.
How are we supposed to... walk around knowing something like that could happen?
Just like you handle the
You
regular.
already handle that. Every day. Anything could happen at any moment. You could be hit by a car. Struck by lightning.
Why is the audio in the game
Is this your pep
so
talk?
out of sync with this cutscene? Okay. So she wasn't satisfied with that. Hopefully it's only that cutscene that's all weird. Let's do her photo now before I forget.
That storm seemed kind of evil, all I'm saying.
Hey, Diamond. I'd like to get a photo for the end of the year. Mind if I...
Yeah, it's...
Okay.
I was hoping she'd be a little more
Oh.
enthused, but
Okay. It's just a little bit of jank going on.
Do you blame Safi for what happened?
Okay.
I just want to know she's okay.
Gwen. Next.
some weather we're having, am I right?
Hope that wasn't the grand explanation you promised us.
Hey, isn't eloquence your job? I just take the photos.
Alright, it's a little better here, but still being a little...
I felt how much she hated me, Max. It was terrifying. And disappointing.
We're still gonna blame Yasmin.
Yasmin played everyone against each other, Gwen. She used you.
I feel like
I don't think I've ever felt like such a mark.
something about that side
It's in the
of
past now.
the bar. I feel like it's only been those shots where it's been very out of sync.
Oh, one more thing. That video footage of me, that was Safi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because hers is super... But hers is fine.
Girl never does anything halfway. Neither do you, now that I think about it.
But then when it cuts to that, it goes back.
Anyway, I talked to the committee that fired me. There's enough weird shit that's happened. I think I can argue my way back in. I failed Safi. But there's other students here I can still support. I won't just let it go.
I'm glad to hear it.
Next photo. Oh, but journal entry. Is this one any different? I don't know what they'll remember. What's hers? Safi. She's gone through more than I could ever imagine, but she needs help. Help I can't give her. I only hope when I see her again she'll have found it for all our sakes. Okay. So that part was slightly different.
Mind if I take a snapshot to remember you by?
Whatever you want. This could be your last chance to take my photo. Make it count.
Exposure. Like, I don't think it's actually going to occur, but I'm paranoid that Safi will just be in one of them. Ugh, it is being really...
I'm fine, all right?
Hey, Max. Our Lady of the Storm.
Wow, let's not do that. How are you guys holding up?
Oh, my whole world has been rocked. You rocked my world.
Yeah, this is
I
getting pretty
remember
jank.
a bunch of things happening that I plan to repress until I have a spectacular nervous breakdown at age 40.
So this time we'll tell him therapy.
Honestly, you might want to try therapy.
Therapy! My dad will love that.
For now, I just want to get through this election.
Oh, right. The Abraxas election. So you're not stepping down?
Alright.
I'd ask how you know that, but at this point, Caulfield, if you grew another head, I wouldn't even blink.
I'll
Do
get
their
right on.
photo. Then talk to Amanda and we'll pick different options for hers and see if that changes it. Okay, Safi's has to be different. No, looks like it's also the same. Water's rising, vengeance is a live thing. It breeds and bleeds, starves and hungers. I wear a cloth in the morning, suffocating in its black. Silence is also a blunt weapon. Also poison, also a noose. Okay. So, snapshot.
Do you guys mind if I take a picture?
Hell yes. Put us in the next Caulfield collection.
They're kind of a cute couple, honestly.
And we'll double exposure that. Okay. Alright, now for Amanda. Which I don't love that it's going to be lagging through this, or like the audio. It's
So
going to
you're
be out of sync
Supermax.
with it.
Guess your secret identity is gone, huh?
I wanted to tell you.
But you couldn't. Just like with the Maya thing. Any more secrets, or do I finally get to know you now?
Alright, so now we're going to pick the other dialogue option. Would you have believed me?
Would you really have believed me, though?
If they kiss from this
Wait.
one,
Had told you?
then I'm going to be kicking myself over
pretty
the other
insane.
ending. Because I'm really hoping one of the two options leads to
You know,
them
I
actually still
remember
staying together.
Rejecting you.
But I also totally understand if they all have the same
just
outcome from their dialogue options,
a
because they're
version of
kind of
me that
processing
still
no
wanted
matter
you.
what.
A pretty cool trick. But kind of fucked up.
Where does that leave us? I'd understand if this changes things.
I don't know if I can answer that right now. All of this scares the shit out of me, honestly. If it weren't you, I don't know how down I would be to play Lois Lane. But it is you. And I like you.
Nope. Okay. So it's the same no matter what.
I think I need time.
Which does make
Sort
sense.
out my shit?
That's...
Give me a little. And then who knows? Maybe you can win me back.
At least I got to try both options.
Challenge accepted.
Alright, so now her photo, and then back to Moses.
I think that's everyone. Okay, Moses. One more photo for the road?
Sure. You keep at this, I'm gonna have to start charging a modeling fee.
Ha ha.
The T-pose. Another example of how it is definitely struggling a little bit. Oh yeah, we didn't get Moses' snapshot.
What do you say to a picture? For old time's sake?
Okay, last one. And then
Moses
the
has
final
hypothermia.
dialogue and credits, and then we'll see if the post-credits
Now-
is any different.
Crippling anxiety.
I can never have enough shots of Moses.
Smile.
Smile like when we saw that meteor shower on the roof.
I couldn't smile. My face was frozen.
Just do it, you big doof.
Double exposure. Okay, so now emergence of Safi during any of those. Okay, is this one any different?
Everyone's for all of us. But we're going to get through it together. I promise.
Yeah, and the way it ended too now makes me feel like they've established this is like your ongoing cast for the next game or something like that, or the next several games.
I'm not going anywhere.
Unless they do a curve, the next game is in Arcadia Bay. It's like, boom, Safi shows up there or something. So we'll speed up through this. It's still a really cool final scene. It's just with this song too, with it and stuff, like something with the first Life is Strange and with this, like that's like such an important part of like picking the right songs for the moments and stuff, and they really just knock it out of the park in all of these games. At least I've only played 2 of them so far. I'm assuming that's the trend with all of them, but like they really hit it with the songs for each moment. And this one in particular, like at the end, like it's bittersweet, like the music itself with it and everything, but like it's got that like hint of optimism and hope at the end, which is really, really cool, and I like that. So we'll just speed through all of this to see the cutscene. I really hope it's different. And then we can wrap everything up. Okay, special thanks. Alright. Let it go from there. Okay. So I'm assuming it's still going to be Diamond there. But I really hope the dialogue is different.
Shit. Shit.
We're gonna have to get you a blood transfusion.
What the fuck are you doing here?
You remember me. That's flattering. I've seen nosebleeds like that before. So you can run, or you can follow me and get some answers. Your choice.
It's the same? That's a little disappointing. Like, okay, yeah, Max Caulfield will return. Like, there's no difference there, so I'm like, I don't know, that's a little disappointing to me. So it feels like you have abandoned her like everyone else. Those were still the same. Okay. Those are all the same. I'm curious what I have to do to get those situations. Yeah, so the Safi was justified. She wasn't giving up on Safi. Were from the first 2 options. These were from the refusing. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that that option didn't actually lead to a different final outcome. Or like anything else occurring there. I would have liked something more just to like understand how does going with that option versus the other one truly change everything. Because it doesn't seem like it did. And little lackluster. Hello, I'm out of the void. Yeah. I don't know which ending I feel is the better one. I'm kind of leaning towards the refuse being the better one, just in the sense that I'm not like that ending sequence kind of starts to give me some not great vibes about Safi's kind of end goals with the powers. So I don't know that I trust what she plans to do. But I'm assuming we'll have to wait till the next game to find that out. Yeah. I don't know. It's definitely a lot of questions there and things that I want to find out. But overall, a really, really good game. I was very, very happy with it. It really hit on all those notes of the first game. I do think the first game, those two ending options, like saving Arcadia Bay or saving Chloe, both of them much more emotionally impactful, I think. Like you're really invested to them at that point. This one doesn't have that same emotional impact at the end, I think. I feel like there was more that could have been done there with Safi to like have an impact for that. Maybe there's other dialogue options I could have done that might have changed how that interaction might have been, that might have changed that. And maybe it was intentional to not really be like that, because they set this up to end on a cliffhanger. Like, it very much is, it's very clear there's going to be another one, more to come. So I don't know. It was still really fun. All the characters were great. I do think I liked a lot of the characters in this one, like the secondary characters, better in this one than in the first Life is Strange. Like, in the first one, Chloe, obviously, like, she's like the 1A in a sense, even though you're not playing as her, but like, she's great. I really loved Kate Marsh. Veronica's a good character. I don't like, as far as like the design and personality and stuff, I don't necessarily like love her character, but I didn't like hate her either. Like, you could see where she's flawed and conflicted and like not great, but not terrible. And then you have the hateable, like Nathan Prescott. They set up how he was flawed, but I still don't consider him great. Like, he was still not a great person. I did not care for Warren at all. Like, Frank was cool, like an interesting, like, there's a lot of interesting characters, but you didn't always go into like super deep with each of them. But all the characters here, I feel like you got to have much more you got to have good conversation with them and really learn about them. And the fact that you can't rewind time, like, you really had to kind of think about the options and commit to specific paths with them all. And it created a lot of uncertainty with people. So like, there was moments where like Gwen, I was like, oh, I don't know if I trust Gwen. And then moments where it's like, oh, Gwen seems cool. And it kind of went back and forth with her. And you've realized like, okay, she has her flaws. She made her mistakes. But still overall most of them, it still felt like overall they were still all good people. They all had one or two like critical flaws or mistakes. Unfortunately, each of them, that flaw or mistake negatively affected Safi. So I feel like that is where like all their things that they did that were wrong, it just happened that they all were wrong in a way that hurt Safi. So that's shaping Safi's worldview of everyone around her and stuff, unfortunately. So I feel like it really laid the groundwork for motivation for her to be like the foil to Max in a later game. So we'll see where that goes, but I mean, all the characters were really cool. Like Loretta, like, is the fun character that's like on the sideline, like nosy in a way that Max is nosy, but like, she's not keeping secrets with this stuff. Like, she's finding stuff out and she's just sharing it. So it's like, it always makes it so like you don't know what you can trust saying to her, which is cool. Moses might be one of because my education background's physics, so like I really like Moses's character and the way that he he asked questions to kind of get himself convinced of Max's powers, and once he was convinced, he was all in trying to understand it and learn more. And like, even with these, like, as everyone's dealing with the trauma and kind of processing what happened with these two worlds coming together, and they basically have like two conflicting versions of themselves in their head that they're trying to reconcile now, Moses is also doing that, but he's like doing it in an analytic way where he's like, this is cool. Which I don't know that I would necessarily think that's cool if that happened to me, but I appreciate that scientific mind with it. Yeah, I think the only people I really didn't like by the end of this, I'm like Safi, I kept flip-flopping. Like, at first I was like, she's really cool, but then the way she so quickly 180'd with Max when you had that conversation with the Yasmin, which that's one that I'm like, oh, if I went back, how would that have been different? I feel like they would have still had to do something to make Safi break into your house. Like, something still has to occur there. I don't, like, you have to slip up accidentally in conversation or something, I guess. The way she did that 180 made me kind of be like, okay, I don't know that I'd fully trust her. And it's clear because she's done that 180 on every person around her. But all of that was orchestrated by Yasmin, like, not intentionally in the sense that she's trying to sabotage Safi, I think. Like, I think there was still an intention there that I don't necessarily think was justified, but she, in her mind, had some intention for why she was doing that for Safi. Across the board, though, she basically got everyone else thrown under the bus for what she did. And I feel like the way Safi talked to Max was at some instances about like, what will they think of me and stuff. I think she realizes that, but a part of her doesn't care, kind of when she said she didn't not mean to harm them. Yeah, they did a good job with this of making it feel messy, but like messy in a way where it's like, I can understand everyone's thought process and what they went through and their kind of struggles with making the decisions they made, where like everyone to a certain extent can be kind of justified with their actions, with the exception, I think, of Yasmin and Lucas. Lucas is awful. I think he's by far the worst in my opinion. Yasmin is also not great, but everyone else, like, I ended up coming around to by the end. Like, Ben, I did not like at all at the beginning. Like, and they did a great job of making it like your first impression. He's very obnoxious and like cocky and has this like ego and stuff. But like, the more you talk to him, the more you see like how that's a facade, and like he actually has a good relationship with so many of these people, and he's very friendly and stuff. And yeah, so he grew on me by the end. Amanda, like, so Moses is my favorite character just as far as like being able to relate to them and stuff. Loved Amanda. Like, I really, by the end of it, like, I was very much rooting for the Max and Amanda. Like, I get with playing the first game, like Max and Chloe, like the Pricefield ship and stuff like that. Still very much on board with that. But if you're going to go into this game and acknowledge that Max and Chloe either split up if you had Chloe survive, or like, I still think the more impactful ending is her not surviving. Either one that you go with, like, if she's gonna have a romantic interest, I think Amanda would be great, is a great option for that. So you actually missed the ending twice because I replayed it and went through the second ending too. But the quick recap, there was not really any difference between the two endings, which is a little disappointing. So after we got Safi, or like we went through a similar like inner turmoil nightmare sequence like in the first game for Max, we get back to Safi, and we are back at the moment when she shot Yasmin, and she basically wants to go find other people in the world with powers and she still hasn't really grasped the fact that there's repercussions for using these powers, and you need to, like, it doesn't end how you think it's going to. And Max was trying to explain that to her. She wasn't really listening. And she basically tells you she's leaving Kaladin, and she's going to find these people, but she will come back, and she wants to know if Max will be there for when she comes back. And your options are to accept or refuse, basically saying that you will accept her back and want to work with her to use those powers for some reason, or you can refuse her and be like, no, like, you can't abuse these powers, you shouldn't really use them at all, it only causes issues. So you pick one of those, and she walks away, and then it's a nice long sequence of getting to interact with everybody. Like you get to have conversations with Loretta, Lucas, Diamond, Vin, Reggie, Gwen, Amanda, Moses, Yasmin, because the two worlds merge together. So they are all dealing with having memories and knowledge of a world where Safi was alive and a world where Safi was dead, and very different experiences from those two, and they're trying to reconcile all of that, plus the damage of the storm, what Safi did, and kind of trying to come to terms with, like, reality now. So the game ends, in my opinion, on a very hopeful, positive note, where Max came to terms with running from her experiences dealing with trauma of the events of the first game, and sees everyone is trying to process and reconcile what just happened, and she's not fleeing Kaladin and being like, no, I'm running away from what just happened again. She's like it ends with her committing to, like, she's staying there, she's going to work with everybody and, like, as a group collectively process what's happened and move forward and be able to kind of just continue living. So it's a very cool ending in that sense, that like she's overcome her grief and trauma, and she recognizes the events that just transpired she has gone through before, so she is prepared to help everyone else process and move forward as well. With the exception of Safi, who is left. After the credits, there is a post-credit scene of Diamond sitting at the Overlook, and she has a nosebleed. And Safi approaches her, having not left Kaladin yet, but recognizes Diamond's nosebleed means she also has powers, so she basically recruits her to join her to go find others. And it ends with what I said when it first occurred was, okay, Marvel Cinematic Universe ass ending, because it ends with black screen and in white letters, Max Caulfield will return. So it ends on a cliffhanger to set up a sequel. I very much think it's going to set up a sequel of Safi being a villain. I think it's going to be something where she's going to recruit people with powers, and it's going to cause a horrible storm, something, and Max is going to have to be the one to try to stop it. That's what I think is going to occur. I hope it's going to be something more than that, like, because I feel like my nervousness there is that that's kind of just jumping the shark. I'm sure they'll do something more to it, but just the ending of the game initially before credits was very optimistic and, like, full of hope. But ends with this cliffhanger of, there's going to be another game. Presumably all these characters are going to be back in that game. And there's going to be more people with powers. So who knows what's going to occur from that. I think it's going to be very interesting. I was very happy with the game and happy with the ending. I was not happy with the fact that between choosing to refuse or accept, there was only one real line of dialogue that changed, and it was in a conversation with Moses, where he just basically voiced his nervousness about Safi's powers, or he praised Max for rejecting her for wanting to abuse those powers. But other than that, there was no difference between the two, which was disappointing to me, because I'm like, oh, we don't know what Diamond's power is. We only saw her have a nosebleed. And, like, she was sitting there dabbing her nose from the nosebleed. So, like, that's also part of the cliffhanger. It's like, what power does she have? Like, yeah. It's going to be really interesting to see all of that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think there's I don't know what they're how they're gonna explain all this, how they're gonna go forward with it. Yeah, I would have wished there was more of variance between those two endings at the end. But we'll see. We'll see what else there is. I'll probably do some reading online to see what earlier dialogue branches I could have done differently and see if that would have changed anything too, like as far as how some of the events played out. But it really just seems like those two endings did not functionally seem any different to me, aside from Safi's opinion of Max. Which, if it's going to be a game, like, if the next game is a true sequel to this one that cares about how you ended your game, that might matter. Because, well, for instance, the next game I'm going to be playing starting next Friday will be Mass Effect. I'm going to, over time, play through all 3 of the Mass Effect trilogy. I don't know much about the games, but I do know the saves, how your ending of Mass Effect 1 ends, that those decisions you make in that game can be imported into the sequel, and all of your character relationships carry through based on the decisions you made in the first game. So I would love if they did that with whatever the next Life is Strange is, like the sequel to this one. If the dialogue options you picked in this one, you can import that save to like carry that stuff through, so that whichever ending you picked would have an impact on how Safi interacts with you, assuming she's back too. But I don't know. That's all speculation off of this not having really fully sunk in and like processed all of this stuff at the end. I think overall I'm pretty similarly satisfied between the two games. I do think the first one's endings are far more emotionally impactful. You're so much more invested in the characters up to the end of the game that like making that decision about Chloe and stuff is very difficult. And the other thing too with that ending is like the first Life is Strange, you pick one of the 2 options and then it's just a cutscene and then credits. With this one, you picked your ending of refusing or accepting Safi, and then it's like another good, it was like 35-ish minutes of still playing to have the option to talk to everybody. So it got to kind of like, and I feel like that had its own subtle build, because you got to talk to each person and have a little conversation to see how they are processing what just happened, and you kind of get a sense of how each person is dealing with their trauma of the events that just occurred. And you don't have to, like, it forces you to talk to a few of the people, but taking the time to talk to all of them, and then the final kind of dialogue option of Max giving this speech saying how they're all going to get through this and she's not leaving and she's going to help everybody, like that all, like having to force the player to take the time to do each conversation with each person rather than just being this one long cutscene, helped to make you feel a little more invested in everybody getting through and processing it. So it made that ending feel good in the sense of like it's very hopeful and optimistic. But the lack of any resolution with Safi really was a little disappointing to me. Like, they set up a cliffhanger for her and everything, which is cool. But she, like, I don't know, you spend so much of the game trying to save her that for her to just kind of bail at the end, and like that's the extent of it for her, and everyone's trying to pick up the pieces of what she did. That's part of why I'm like, it feels like she's going to be the villain of like a longer story thing. Yeah. Like, it was still a good ending. I think the first Life is Strange had a much better emotional impact for its ending. But this game, I don't feel like it wasn't going for that. It was trying to do something totally different in that sense. Like, it was like they're setting up a sequel of some sort, and they were trying to project a different message at the end. And it had to be, and it made sense to go about it in a different way. But yeah, it was still a lot of fun. I'm really happy I played it. I'm very excited to play other ones, even though I know some of them will be a bummer. Like, the next one I plan to play will be Before the Storm, which is the prequel to the first Life is Strange that you play as Chloe, and it's Chloe and Rachel. And knowing all those details is like, oh, this is gonna be rough. I believe this one was Deck 9. I think only the first, I think Life is Strange and Before the Storm were Don't Nod, and I think Life is Strange 2 was Don't Nod. I'm gonna double check. I think starting with True Colors, it became Deck 9, if I'm correct. No. Before the Storm was Deck 9. True Colors is Deck 9, and Double Exposure is Deck 9. So just the first Life is Strange and Life is Strange 2 were Don't Nod. The other ones are all Deck 9. And I think Deck 9 still did a great job. I do think they very much captured the feel and like the characters very well. Like, I don't have any real complaints about like a different studio having done anything with the game. I think for this one at least, they did a very great job. And we'll see what I think of True Colors. So yeah, I have Before the Storm, Life is Strange 2, True Colors, and then I do have The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. I know that's not nearly as long. I'll probably play that at some point too, because I do think that it will be good to do that one as well, to kind of fill in some of the parts of Life is Strange 2, because I know it serves as a bit of a prequel teaser thing for that. But yeah, I think a big focus on this game was really about Max processing her past trauma and stuff like that. And I think they nailed it for like telling that story of her getting through processing these things and realizing she can't just keep running from her past, and she needs to like be in the present and be unafraid of making decisions and like the repercussions of them and stuff like that. So I think they did a great job with that. Yeah. Okay. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I want to go get a little snack and sit for a few. I'm definitely gonna like the first Life is Strange. I was thinking about that ending for a very long time. Like I could not stop thinking about the game. I think this one is not. I mean, I think there's a bias too. Like the first game in a series you play always kind of sticks a little more. I don't think I have that same takeaway from this one. We're like, hello. I don't think I'm going to have that same sort of like, I'm going to be thinking about the ending of this game for like days and days and days or anything like that. But I definitely will be thinking about it. I think the bigger thing for me is I'm going to be thinking about the choices throughout each of the chapters and seeing how that influenced the dialogue, like the interactions with everybody, because I know there were definitely branching paths for a lot of the people in this one that I think are more pronounced than the first Life is Strange, for like just how they interact with you at the end. But yeah, I'm very excited to play more of them. I think the plan will be next Friday I'll start Mass Effect. We'll play through the first Mass Effect, however long that's going to take. And then after we finish that one, maybe I'll do another one of the Life is Strange games. Then I'll do Mass Effect 2, then maybe another Life is Strange game, and then Mass Effect 3, then maybe another Life is Strange, and then maybe I'll do Andromeda. I don't know if I'm going to play Andromeda or not. I think I might just go for the main trilogy for Mass Effect. But I might play some other games too. Like, I might not just bounce back and forth between those two. Might pick some other stuff too. I just don't know. Off the top of my head, what would be the most fun to play? Who knows what games come out between now and then that my computer can run. That would be fun to do. Which I still got to make sure Mass Effect's going to run well. So I have the Legendary Edition. I think I'll do some test recordings, see how it appears to run with the camera on, and we'll see if next Friday if I can play it with the camera and if the stream actually goes well and the camera doesn't get out of sync. I will probably try to do a shorter game at some point too, like another like 1 or 2 week one, like Last Day of June, which was a depressing game, but like it only took 1 stream to play through the whole thing. So if there's another game like that I could do, I'll probably try to do that. Devil's Drizzle comes out fairly soon, so I'll probably play that at some point. I played the demo for that, so definitely planning to get that because I backed the Kickstarter. So when I get that will be another one that I'll do on First Play Friday. But yeah. All right. I'll be back tomorrow with more Stardew. Schedule next week will be the usual schedule. With the exception of next Friday will be a new game finally. So yeah. Hope everyone had fun watching the game. I appreciate everyone who tuned in. Had a lot of fun playing through this. Well, it won't be Mario Party because it's First Play, so it's got to be games I haven't played before. So Mario Party wouldn't make sense there. But there's plenty of other games that would be good options. But yeah, all right. I'm going to call it there. I'm hungry. I want to get a little snack. We'll be back tomorrow with Star.